Hello, I'm back and I'm making another vlog. And I thought I'd do that because I have more to say. Um, so, uh, I really am, I just really am tired of, well, I can handle it, but I just really wish they would quit. And they are, the they I am talking about are the men and women who are obsessed here in Cleveland, obsessed with hurting me here in Cleveland. And, I remember when it all first started. Well, it's been going on since I was a kid, but when it all amped up majorly, and that was a long time ago. And wow, wow, just people were just in my face and trying to compete with me. And anything I did, they one up me and they double up me and all that. But I don't know. And then now, like, they've been following me around and keeping track of everything I do so that I don't have gainful employment, or um, I don't do anything that is creative now. I can't do anything creative now. And anything I do that I either enjoy or am successful at, they destroy. And that is what's been going on. It's just, well, there's a whole lot more going on, but and they're so immature. They're so immature, and evil is immature. Evil is very immature. Yes, they're so mature. And I just I don't know how to put this. I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly. I'm trying to say that really and truly, all of you who are affected by evil people need to pray. That's what I'm trying to say. And I said it, Father John said that, and Marissa was going to say it, but I said it for her. You need to pray. The whole world needs to pray right now because the evil people and their plans are all losing. Their plans are falling apart, and evil people don't know what to do because they were told failure is not an option. And if they fail, which they are going to and are doing so right now, they will suffer gravely. And they will suffer gravely because they're going to suffer the wrath of God. But then they'll have to suffer from all the forces of evil that they used to try to control the world and change it for the worse. Everyone who got involved, and it's so sad because, I can see as my life went along, like everyone in my life was involved, and that's a lot of people. And there's so many people here surrounding me in Cleveland that are all involved with evil and the plan and trying to destroy me and keep me down or whatever. One person's I'm gonna walk a lot. Well, that's because they want me homeless. No, she's never gonna be homeless. Yeah. Well, they have their plans and they just really, I mean, I know I've said it before in this vlog, but they just really, really go for it. And, I don't know. I'm just going to say this, and Father John can correct me or stop me, but I have to say it. When you are dealing with people nowadays, you need to look for maturity. Okay? And if someone is immature, then you need to figure out but you have to be careful because they are trained. They are trained to act normal as they possibly can. As normal as they possibly can. But if they start saying things about your life, because they may start cursing you, if they start saying things about your life and bad things that they said, not that they said would happen, but bad things start happening to the things they talk about in your life, you need to pray. But you need to pray now. Everyone needs to pray now. Everyone. The hour is almost here, and everyone needs to pray. Yeah, because, it really is important. It really is important. You don't want to get sucked into what they're doing and, they're trying to grab as many souls as they can and all that, you know? And I'm not saying repent. I'm not saying that, okay? Because that's your personal business. I'm saying it would be a good thing if you did, but I'm also saying pray. Pray even if you don't repent. Pray. Ask Jesus to hang out. I mean, just ask him to hang out and he'll help you. But pray right now because they're just going off the deep end now. They're just it's not a good time. It's not a good time to try to Father John, it's not a good time to try to change people and be tolerant of people who continually curse you. You have to be tolerant because if you try to kick them out of your life, they'll do more. So just pray. Just pray. Yeah. Just pray, you know. But I know that sounds like gloom and doom, but it's not gloom and doom. There's good news, you know. The good news is that once this once humanity gets past all of this, the beauty is there. Oh my goodness. Sunshine and the birds will be chirping and little buttercups and all that stuff, all that beautiful stuff, you know. Flowers and tulips are coming up soon. And, well, we have to get past winter for that, but all the all the beauty is there. I can see it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful what's coming next after we get through this part. What after this, what's coming next is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And we have to thank um President Trump for a lot of it because he's out there, you know, doing so many unpopular things, but he's doing it because he's a leader. He's a leader and he only wants what's best for the world. Not just the United States, but the United States first and then the world second. And so we do need to uh you don't need to appreciate him if you don't want to. But you need to at least acknowledge the fact that he is out there fighting for humanity. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, and then okay, so I'm trying not to say anything. I'm trying not to say anything, but there is a vlogger who is like one of them, one of the ones who are on Trump's side and a Trump supporter and all that. And he's very popular. He was even at Charlie Kirk's funeral, all that. Well, he's talking about EBT being cut off for illegal aliens, and he shows a picture of a man with a hat with a Mexican flag on it. Okay, I'm tired of it. Mexicans aren't the only, they're not the only immigrants here. They're not the only ones. There are plenty of other countries. But Mexicans always get the short end of the stick. And I'm sorry, but I'm proud to be Mexican. I am proud. And I'll say it loud and proud. I am proud to be Mexican. The heritage, the culture, all of it is so beautiful. The history, it's all so beautiful. But I'm American first. I'm American first. So yes, I believe in America first. But to just, make fun of Mexicans like that, and I don't even know if that meme was real, that they put a sombrero. No, it wasn't real. Anyway, I just, I'm trying not to get offended, but it is exhausting. So I'm not really offended. I'm just exhausted of Mexicans always being blamed. Mexicans, and all that. I've heard too much negativity about Mexicans. Being called a dirty Mexican and a stupid Mexican and a dumb Mexican and a wetback and a spick. These are all names that they've called me. And I'm tired, and it is horrible when you are so proud and you're raised to be proud of your culture, your heritage, and all of that, and people just slam it. So I don't know. I'm not getting involved with watching him much more because I just don't know. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And then he also posted a while ago something. I let it slide. I just don't pay attention, and I just let it slide. But he posted a vlog about somebody having ICE knock at their door, and he's like, I'm an American citizen. And they're like, well, say this. And he said it, say this. And then they finally said, say Walmart. And he couldn't say it. He said Walmart. And so then they broke in and arrested him because he couldn't say. I just, I'm tired. I'm tired. So I'm not going to watch him anymore. And whatever, good luck to him. Good luck to him. I'm tired of it. Anyway, because it's not just Mexicans, but Hispanics are not the only illegal immigrants here in this country. So, but whatever. Anyway, so, and I'm not, well, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to continue saying anymore. I'm not. But I guess I'm just exhausted with it. I just am. And, so, but yeah, it is changing the subject to something a little more pleasant. I'm going to talk a little bit more about prayer. Okay. And once you get into prayer, it may happen automatically, but once you get into prayer and you make it a routine, and I've been praying the rosary, and that's the best thing to pray to help you against evil. The rosary. You can pray it even if you're not Catholic. Yeah. Okay, so I've been praying the rosary, and there's some times where I feel the holiness of heaven so intensely. I mean, I feel it. Like there was one time when I felt the presence of Saint Peter and Saint John and um all of the apostles, Mary Magdalene, and all of the first century martyrs, you know. But that was right before Charlie Kirk was martyred. So I don't know if that was me, just kind of understanding that someone in the room was going to be martyred. So I don't know. I don't know. But I felt it and their presence and all that and all the love they had, all the love you know. And now Charlie Kirk is a martyr. He's not a first century martyr, but he's a martyr. And he was a very good man. Yes, he was. Anyway, but the prayers and everything, I went off on a tangent. I shouldn't have said all that, but I did. But just the prayers and the way it makes you feel and the way it changes you. If you pray the rosary every night, it will change you and for the better. For the better. This is Father John. There are so many plenary blessings associated with praying the rosary. You'll be happier. You'll think clearer. You'll eventually, if you pray it long enough and you believe in it and continually pray it, you'll feel peace. You'll feel happiness. You'll be able to deal with things that are happening in your life a lot better. It'll make you more mature, and it'll bring so much happiness and joy. Happiness and joy and peace of mind. It brings so much, so many blessings. And if you pray for people, then if you pray long enough, most of your petitions, if not all of them, will happen. Yeah, because when I was living with people, one of the people was one of the people. What? Yeah, the people were okay. So yeah, the one of the people was um, paralyzed, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed every night, and for a long time, I think I prayed for like 3 months straight the rosary, and then things started happening, like big things, like she started moving her feet and her legs, and other things that I had prayed for just started happening, but things had already been happening. Like I started going to church every day. I wanted to go to church every day. I don't know if I did, but I tried to go to church every day, and I went a lot. I went to confession regularly, and I prayed. I prayed more, and I was just everything changed about me. Everything changed about her. Everything for the better. And then they took the rosary away and cursed her again. Yeah, so and they broke my rosary, but I'm still praying. So, yes. Anyway, but they're so beautiful. And you can protect yourself against all this evil if you pray the rosary on a regular basis. We recommend praying it every night. And if you have time, pray the entire rosary every night. Because the more you pray it, the stronger you become. And Jesus will protect you. Yeah. Yeah. It's very nice. It's very nice. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end this vlog, and I'm going to say, I hope everybody watching has a great evening tonight and a great day tomorrow, and things go your way. All right, bye.